In this video, I'm going to show you how you can add a schema data to your website without the use of plugins, just completely adding it manually to your website. Good morning, guys. I hope you're having a great day. I'm Yuvraj from Brainstorm Force, and before we start this tutorial, I assume that because you're watching this video, you're interested in increasing your knowledge of schema if you already haven't done so. If you're a schema beginner, then I'll highly recommend that you watch this course on SkillJet Academy, which is a product or a sister company of Brainstorm Force. It's a completely free schema related course. I'll teach you all the basics of schema, how to use it, and what advantages does it provide. So I'll leave a link down in the description for you to check this course out. It's pretty amazing. Do make sure to check it out. Back inside the magical world of WordPress. So we'll divide this tutorial into two parts. The first part would be actually generating the schema code, and the second part would be to add the schema code to our website. So let's start with part number one, that is generating the schema code. So to create the schema, all you have to do is just go to google.com or your favorite search engine and type in something like this that I've searched for, online schema generator. And you'll find a bunch of different tools that'll help you get the job done, creating the schema code that you want to add to your website. And you can also search for similar other terms. For example, you can search for online JSON-LD creator, schema generator, and a bunch of different options. And most of the time you'll find tools that will help you create schema right inside your browser. So I already have selected or opened up a different tool. Let me switch to that tab. And this is the tool I'm talking about. It's from rankranger.com, and I'll leave a link down in the description to this specific tool so you can test it out. And for this example, I'll just show you how to use the article type schema. But this particular tool also supports different kinds of schema. So you can create and add the particular type of schema to your pages using the same process. So the article schema type has these kinds of options that we need to configure. So you'll have to add, first of all, obviously the article type, which can be article, news, article, blog posting. And you'll have to add the URL of your blog post, that particular blog post that you're adding the schema on, the headline of the, I would say the title of the post that can come from WordPress, the description of the post, the image URL. Now, image URL can be a featured image or any other image that represents the article. You'll also have to specify the length of the image, which has to be greater than or equal to 696 pixels. Height of the image, author type, it can be person or organization. And it depends if your website is run by you as an individual, then you select person. Otherwise, you'll select organization if it's part of a brand. You'll have to enter the author name, publisher logo URL again, and this time it has to be less than or equal to 600 pixels, and height has to be less than equal to 60 pixels. You'll also have to select the date that is published using the date picker, also the date modified. So instead of manually filling out all this data and boring you with the process, I'll just pause the video here, and then I'll come back when I have updated or entered these relevant data in this field. All right, so I've filled in the information, and I'll just scroll down below on the page so you can check it out, what kind of information I've filled in. And one thing that I don't particularly enjoy about these manual tools is that they don't do a great job of telling you which schema fields are actually mandatory. Now, if you don't know, then I'll explain the process or explain what I just said, that some of the fields inside schema are actually mandatory to be added by Google, without which the schema is actually invalid, and some are recommended fields, and the recommended fields are obviously recommended and they help Google understand the page better. And most of these tools that I've tested do not give you any indication of which fields are actually mandatory, which makes it difficult to actually validate the schema right here on the post. But obviously you have options to validate the schema, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But if the job was done right on the page, it would be much faster. So now this schema code is actually generated, and this is what we're going to use on our website. We'll copy this, and you can also reset this if you don't like it. Also select a different type of schema, which I talked about. Now I have two options to actually validate the schema. The first validator option will open up the Google Structured Data Testing tool, which is still, I think, in updation. It's going to be moved over to a new property by Google. So I don't know if it actually works, but usually you can test your schema out. You can also use the Google Rich Snippet Testing tool. Let's try it out. I'll open up the testing tool, and it already or automatically pasted the code snippet here. Let's test the code out. So the testing is complete, and as you can see, page is eligible for rich results, the article schema. Now don't go about or test the accuracy of this data. This data is not actually up to date or even relevant or useful. It's just dummy data I filled in. But Google is not testing what data you're adding. It's just testing if the data that you're providing is in the correct format. So Google has detected that this schema data is valid. That means this tool does a great job. So what I'm going to do is now copy the schema code, and I'll head to my website and start the process of adding the schema to our page. So this is the post I've created on my website. It's called the Article Schema Manual Test. It has a bunch of dummy code on it. And now we're going to add the article schema that we generated to this post. And technically the process is quite easy. All you have to do is add a new HTML block to your page. And if you're not familiar with the Gutenberg or the block editor, to add a block, all you have to do is type in the / key and then probably HTML for custom HTML block. And now paste in the schema code that we generated from that site. Once the code is pasted, I'll update the post. And now I'll open up this post in the front-end view of this website. This is the post. So what I'm going to do is quickly open up the Google Rich Snippet Testing tool and also the Google Structured Data Testing tool and test this page out, and we'll quickly look at the results. So I quickly tested the page out in the Google Structured Data Testing tool, and as you can see, the article schema or article schema type is being detected on the page, and the same thing is active or correct for the Google Rich Snippet Test or Rich Results Test, and as you can see, page is eligible for rich results. And this is all the details about the article type schema. So the process that we've used is pretty straightforward and easy to use. Just use a tool to create the schema, copy the schema code, and paste it to your website using the HTML block. It works for most schema types, but there's a big problem with this process. Apart from the problem that I already mentioned about the tools themselves, the problem I'm talking about is that the process is completely manual. Now, one of the key requirements of being present in rich results in Google is that your schema data should always be up to date. That means the data that you add to the schema should be an accurate representation of what is present on the page. Now, when you have a handful of pages on your website, maybe 5 to 10 pages, this process is probably doable. You can create the schema code and also update the schema code whenever the page actually changes. But imagine doing this on an e-commerce website with maybe 500 products. Imagine every time you change the price of product, you would have to go back, generate a new schema code or edit the existing schema code to keep just the schema up to date. Otherwise, you might lose all the benefits of the rich results. Now that obviously does not sound practical at all. So if you have a small website or hobby website, then you can very well follow this process. But if you have any kind of business goals with your website, you are a freelancer, you have a portfolio website, you have an e-commerce website or any kind of business website, then I'd say this process is not the best use of your time. So if you're one of those people, then I'd highly recommend that you check out Schema Pro. And full disclaimer, it's a product that we make because we found that the manual process of adding schema is not very easy and it's not very scalable. So it's a wonderful product for WordPress websites, and it just helps you add different kinds of schema to your website in automated ways. Without going into more technical details, Schema Pro is a fantastic product and it'll help you add schema, up-to-date schema to hundreds of pages at a single go. We've created a ton of videos about Schema Pro. Make sure to check them out on our channel and just check out Schema Pro and you'll see all the information on the page. Now you probably know that having the right schema on your page can mean get better rankings and even you can stand out in the search results. That means more traffic to you. And if that is important to you or for your website, for your business, then just stop with the manual process. Just ignore it. It's a waste of time in my opinion, and just go for Schema Pro. It's a fantastic little product. It'll save you a bunch of time. If you have any questions about Schema Pro or the entire process that I just demonstrated to you, make sure to leave it in the comments of this video. And if you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave a thumbs up on this video if you liked this video. My name is Yuvraj. You are watching Brainstorm Force YouTube channel, and I'll see you and catch you in the next video. Take care.